What is your beef? Why do you have such a problem with me?
Can we get the real Andy? I would prefer the real Andy.
Oh, let's get the real Max. I'll take off my mask when you take off your mask, brother.
Because who's your new favorite YouTuber, Ian, that wanted to be on the show with us?
The Madman. The Madman.
Mad Movie Man.
Let's bring on Max Movies because he scares the living shit out of me. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
Mad Max says, I think you should apologize. Right? I'm sitting here in a goddamn torn down pool house.
I don't even know
The
who you
pool house
are.
is torn apart, okay? It's torn apart because I'm remodeling on my $70 webcam, okay? I'm no better than you.
Movie Madness Entertainment. Welcome.
Whoa! Hey everyone, that was some intro.
Yeah, well, people might be getting sick of it. I have more to add.
I love the intro. Please never get rid of it.
And I still got to find the clip of Brian saying, "I like sausage parties."
Oh.
I don't remember which stream it's on.
I don't even remember either. Yeah.
I can't remember where stuff is.
It was a couple months ago.
We have a full panel. Remember, the madness is spreading with your help. Thumbs up this video, and also I don't have time tonight, but people that watch on the replay, my international viewers, you mean a lot to all of us too, even if you can't catch us live. So Mad Max mailbag is back. I'm gonna do it at the beginning of the show. I just don't have time to do it now because I've been running ragged. I barely got a stream. My family's been running me ragged. Go do this, Aaron. Go pick up this here. All over today.
I totally get you, man. My mom's sick right now, so it's like I get that.
I have a lot of things going on with my family.
Oh, yeah. So and I hope everyone's family's doing well.
Yeah.
So not Nathan Drake.
Yo.
Okay. All right, let's go right. Well. Oh wait, I got to thank the members first because I actually did what I was supposed to. I updated it recently. So oh wait, I thought I did. Where is it?
Right on, man.
Okay. Aaron World Order, Rhea, Nick Hammond, Obi-Wan, Relapse, Real Elmo Cinema, Brian Master of Madness, AG Zeno Q, Resident Justice, Josh Bowen, Robbie's B Diary, Taylor M. Thank you for the support. It really means a lot to me. Zebrafet, Rowan Millen, Cast Graphics, Saggy Mellon, Cyrus, the video game Virus, OEVP, Will Wallace, Little Movie, Perk Bradley, The World According to Lonza, Chubby Teddy, Monster Productions, H Sports 100, Roosevelt Cavazos, Sluice Cox, Hans, Blind Bro, Retro Bro, and the Punk Trace. Thank you so much for the support.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes. Okay. With that out of the way, and I love doing that because I appreciate the support. But let's get to the main topic because we.
Muted. I'm muted. My bad.
That was great. Great. Go, RJ. On mute.
What are you gonna say, man? Spit it out.
No, I was gonna say I want to know why you titled the stream the way you did.
Well, goddamn you, RJ, because you were throwing me heat and you're like, oh, I just finally watched it, so you didn't even know. I go in with the open mind. And
yeah,
listen,
my first comment when I said Mad Max, the bad takes machine.
No, me and not Nathan Drake here. We don't want to be haters of anything, right, Cyrus? We don't want to. We want to enjoy things.
I don't hate it. I just felt like I was in some alternate reality while I was watching the trailer. I was like, is this part of that Elseworld stuff or what? I'm like,
right,
Multiverse of Madness, Uncharted style.
Listen,
what was wrong with it, Max? You go first.
Everything was wrong with it. It wasn't that funny.
Have you played the games, Max? First off,
yes. Not all of them. Two was where I
played all of them.
Two, and I didn't. I bought three, and I never played it.
I don't want to hear anyone's opinions. You have not played Golden Abyss and the PS Vita. That's
yes,
all I
have. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.
I played Golden Abyss. I have.
I'm kidding.
I have. So.
I have it. I know the character well. You know.
I know.
I wanted to title this "Casting Controversies" because the industry likes to think that they know better, but do they really know better? Do they really know better? I mean, real quick, look at Solo.
I mean, I know
Remember
why
when
they went
Solo-
Tom Holland. I know why they went with Tom Holland because they want to start from his younger days. That's why.
Spider-Man.
Let's get me and then Cyrus's interpretation first, because he was in the chat right away. He's like, oh boy. It's not funny. I mean, there wasn't. I give like big action movies a pass with the cringy jokes. Like, I'm like, okay, try a little bit. I'll give you a pass if it lands. There's nothing in this trailer that's like remotely quippy like Nathan Drake. And I like Tom Holland. I love him as Spider-Man. But
not me.
He's kind of like the dorky guy. Like Nathan Drake like oozes confidence. Like he's
like your everyman. You're a typical.
He
hero.
looks like uncomfortable like in the scenes like. Then you get the
not in the games, not when he was a kid in the games.
All right, RJ, you didn't watch the trailer until just now, so we're gonna let Cyrus go first.
Okay.
Cyrus,
I know this guy's got some thoughts.
If only there was another actor who could have played this role.
I wonder.
If only there was an actor who in 2018 had put together an independent live action fan film that has an 8.5 out of 10 on IMDb and a 98% score on Google. If only there was an actor who resembled this character to the point to where the character was actually
created by him,
based on him. If only there was somebody else that could have played this particular character in a movie. That I can't think of anybody that would fit the role better than Tom Holland.
It's like he's right and staring us in the face.
When I play Uncharted before, I always visualized this character as Tom Holland. Like,
wait, you're serious?
No, it's not serious, Andrew. Come on.
I mean, what's even worse to me is, what the hell is Mark Wahlberg doing? Like, I'm looking at Mark Wahlberg.
Where's the cigar?
That entire character is gone. Whatever Mark Wahlberg is doing is not that character. I don't know what he's doing. So this movie's confusing. I watched the whole trailer and I was like, okay, when does the Uncharted trailer start? I was confused.
I mean, here's the thing with Sully. He's usually like your typical mentor with a cigar going, "El goddamn Dorado."
I just don't. What's Mark Wahlberg gonna do? Pull out a cigar and go, "Say hello to your mother for me."
Well,
I mean, what do we
make burgers?
Well, his mother's dead, isn't
Well,
it?
I mean, we're pretty easy guys to please too. It's not like we're waiting to hate. We're
dude,
we're wanting this movie.
Yeah. Like, I'm on board with. I mean, this is the first time this has happened to me, and I don't know how long.
Help.
Hey, Antonio, new to the show. Thanks, Antonio. And you got the Macho Man. Okay. All right. Sorry, Cyrus. Go ahead.
No, I'm
What
just
the
saying.
heck is this? What the heck is this in the chat?
Wait, what is that? What in the hell?
Oh wow, they actually come on live streams. That's awesome.
I'm just saying, like, if I can deal with the Twilight vampire being Batman, I think I could deal with a lot. You know what I mean? And he's great, and I actually like what he's doing with Batman. But this right here is like, it doesn't even make any sense. It's like they just literally threw Tom Holland in.
To be fair, though, Cyrus, to be fair, maybe when you see the actual movie, just like with Robert Pattinson as Batman, could it maybe impress you? Because here's the thing. This is what we have to understand. This is a prequel. This is not.
It should have been a
Nathan
prequel
Drake
in the
as we
first
know him
place.
in the first game. This is the.
Can
Nathan
someone
Drake.
take care of that weird thing for me? What the hell?
This shouldn't have been a prequel in the first place.
Well, maybe it should have been, but what they said is that they said, okay, we don't want to just do a retelling of the first 3 games. We want this to
I would have been fine with that.
But they said they want something that can coexist with those games, its own separate story. So you go to the past.
I think that's a bunch of crap. I think they wanted to go younger and hipper and cooler.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, you could do it, but you're a little too old. So let's get those young dollars.
Ageism.
Let's get that young audience.
Well, maybe that's part of it. I think maybe they're looking at another franchise that Tom Holland could do for Sony
Oh, wait a
as a
minute.
studio.
I just realized something.
But I think too it works. I think this could work. Listen, I don't like Mark Wahlberg as Sully already. I'm just like, I don't. That's the one thing that's like that. In terms of Tom Holland, though, it's like, I'm giving it a chance because I trust that he's a good enough actor to maybe pull off a younger Nathan Drake. There's some cool moments in that trailer where I saw some of the Nathan Drake isms. some of that stuff in there.
What?
Really?
What do you
really?
mean?
Where did you say that?
Like flying out of the back of a plane?
Well,
Is
like
that
I said,
it?
not just the stunts.
what he
I'm talking
did,
about
though.
some of the mannerisms I saw in there were a little bit reminiscent of Nathan Drake. To me,
Mannerisms.
Yeah. some of the
Okay,
mannerisms,
Jacob
yes.
McKenzie, thank you for the $1.99
I'm
super
look.
chat.
Everybody
He
has
said,
a
What if it's a prequel though? Can you see him
Yeah,
as a,
it
as a
should have
young
been a
Nathan
prequel in the
Drake?
first place.
no. This is stupid. This is
All right,
stupid.
well, thanks
Look-
for it. Thanks anyway for the super chat, Jacob.
So,
But he's not wrong though. It's a prequel. It's
I
told
still
you.
This
It should have been
is
a
a
prequel.
Nathan Drake
I-
trying to form his identity to become the Nathan Drake
Look,
we know.
You
Like,
could
by the-
literally.
by the end of this first movie, he's going to become the character you know.
No, he's
I
not.
can't see Tom Holland being the Drake we all know. I can't see it.
By the end of the movie, he's going to become. Come on, dude. What are you talking about? Like, I understand. I know you like. Everybody loves Tom Holland. I get it. Everybody loves Tom Holland.
Yeah, you're
But
putting
that.
too much faith into.
But
Tom
that's what
Holland.
this
You're
is
putting too much
about.
faith
from
That's
what I
what
know
this
from-
is about.
from
All right, well,
Nathan
we
Drake,
got to try to let one person talk at a time because it's getting a little crazy.
when Nathan Drake was a kid, especially in Uncharted 4 with his brother, he didn't get his wit till later. Like,
Right.
he grew that as time went on. He wasn't as confident, so that's why I think they're trying to do that with this movie.
Here's how unimpressed I am with this trailer. I am all for old Indy way over, way over. I'm charismatic. I'm gonna change the thumbnail. Old ass Indy in the nursing home is more exciting.
Yeah, they don't need
Tom
Indiana
Holland
Jones 5.
as Nathan Drake.
enough.
Uh-oh,
Okay,
Brian.
I've been
Brian
quiet
entered the ring.
this
Brian's
whole
entered
damn
the ring.
time. Okay, I'm telling you right now, from what I saw in that trailer, I am excited to watch this movie. I probably won't see it in theaters because I'm very picky about what I spend my money on. But, however, I will watch it when it comes out on some streaming platform somewhere. I feel like this is a movie I could just sit back, relax, and lose an hour and a half of my day. Like, honestly, I don't care.
Antonio Banderas is the villain. How can I love that?
Sequel
I
doesn't
like
matter
that.
to me.
I like
Honestly,
I feel like that. That's a good
Yeah.
choice. But
Antonio
the rest,
Banderas is badass. Absolutely.
I mean, I can even live with Mark Wahlberg or Wahlburgers as Wahlburgers as
I just keep looking for I just keep looking for Ted. Like, where's Ted?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, when I
And
look
that's
at
the
Tom
artifact
Holland,
hunting
I'm
down.
like, where's Peter Parker? Where's Spider-Man? When I look at Tom Holland, where's Spider-Man?
The obligatory Donnie Wahlberg cameo.
Yeah.
Well-
Maybe I'm just too amped up about it. I don't know.
You know, Tom Holland Spider-Man. He's been doing a lot of other movies. You know that, right? He's been doing.
Yeah,
lots
that's
of
what I can. That's all I see him as.
But
I'm sorry.
As for your comment about Indiana Jones, no, I would much rather watch a young Tom Holland play an Indiana Jones-esque character than dig out or dragging
it's
out
something new.
Harrison
It's something
Ford one more
new.
time for
Lunga, I was
yeah.
making an example. I'm not talking about. I was
All
making an
right,
example.
so I also want to appoint Anthony because if he wants to share something positive about his VHS collection or if he liked Uncharted,
shut your mouth,
he
Logan.
could
You
pop.
know
He
nuts.
could pop in for a few minutes, but you have to follow me at Mad Max Movies 1 so I could send you the link, Anthony.
Well,
so
I
if
will
he-
say this. I'm happy that they're bringing in Chloe Fraser. They're bringing in another character from those games. Like, kind of like tell the prequel story of how they first met. That could be interesting. Because I think they said this is meant to, like, tie into the video games. Like I said, it's meant to be a prequel to the games.
If they change, if they change,
plane falling out with
if
the
they-
crates from the third game.
if they pull a Spider-Man and change Nathan Drake's face to look like Tom Holland in the games,
No, I think I think
Fair,
they're
the
done.
remaster of Spider-Man.
Wait for
They didn't really.
Do you think they're gonna make it Uncharted
It's younger.
5?
It's a different actor. I wouldn't say it's meant to look like
Oh,
Tom Holland,
remastered?
though, at least to me. But
A remaster? Yeah,
I
they're
don't
gonna make
know
a
about that
remaster.
remastered face.
Can you guys say they're gonna make? I'm like, I know Uncharted 4.
Oh, Matt Jarbo's here. Bad take, Max.
I want Jarbo's
Okay.
take on this trailer.
I'm surprised.
Because it
Come
doesn't
on,
look that
Jarbo.
bad. I'm sorry. I'm a fan of these games. It doesn't
And I
look
do
that
want to.
bad.
I do want
They
to address something.
I agree,
too.
RJ.
They should have made this movies, this Uncharted movies.
The only, literally,
when
the
the
only,
games
the
were
only
being
thing
made.
I don't like in this trailer is that I'm not convinced that's Sully. Because Mark
I'm not
Wahlberg
convinced
does
it's
not have
Tom
the
either.
like. You need like a Tom Hanks type.
he's not
actor.
even doing the character. Like,
yeah,
No.
like it doesn't look like Sully. That's not Victor Sullivan.
Yeah,
That's the
Wahlberg
one
is-
sticking point I have. They should have got a different actor, like a I don't know, like a Tom Hanks,
Or Bruce
John
Campbell.
Goodman, somebody, somebody who could do like
Tom
that.
Hanks
warmth.
is solid. You better
I'm just
get
saying,
that.
like
Tom Hanks is
you know what I
silly.
mean, though,
Fucking hell, my
like an actor who can pull off the warmth, but also the sarcasm of Victor Sullivan. Mark Wahlberg just looks like he's Mark Wahlberg. He's not like trying to play a character.
okay, you do have a point there, Lunga, but still, yeah, no, I'm looking forward to Uncharted. I love the game, so
I know I love the games too, but
I'm looking forward to Sonic too. I'm looking forward to Sonic the Hedgehog.
But
too.
I'm sorry, but Uncharted has a better story than Sonic. I mean, like,
Let me ask you guys a question. Like,
Sure.
The main criticism that I hear as to why Nathan Fillion couldn't have been him is that he's too old, right? Well, Uncharted's been around for a while, right?
Yeah.
So why is it that we're just now getting an Uncharted movie?
I agree there.
It's
I
been
agree there.
delayed because they've gone through numerous directors, screenwriters, and versions of this movie. It's just taken so
Yeah,
long.
I think it's been a lot of video game movies.
Well, this is the other problem with video game properties is they take way too long to
Yeah.
actually come to market where their relevancy is not as what it was. Like
But-
Uncharted
yeah.
is still popular, but not what it was.
Well, look at it from this angle too. This is the first production. This is the first movie by PlayStation
They're already off
Productions.
to a bad start.
This is the
that's
first.
why
This
you
is-
just said it right there.
This
That's
is
why.
Sony's first step to
And their
making a
last.
PlayStation movie franchise, right?
Yeah.
So if this works, you could see God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, a lot of these other gaming franchises. get movie and
if this is
television
how they
adaptations. They're
cast
already
it,
working on Twisted
Yeah, they're
Metal.
already off to a
so-
do you want to see a young, scrawny Kratos? Might as well get Tom Holland.
No.
Kratos, too.
There is a prequel. There is a prequel comic. There's a prequel.
I mean,
comic
Tom
for
Holland.
Kratos.
You know what? A good casting would be Tom Holland could play Kratos' son.
Lunga,
They-
what,
That's
what,
the body
bring
type
Lunga
he
on.
has.
Bring Lunga on, because I want to know what I'm saying that's making it go RJ ... What
But
did I do
Max,
wrong?
there is
What did I do wrong?
there is a comic prequel for Kratos though, and how so, and they do explain it. They do explain his origins. They do explain his origins in Ghost of Sparta.
Well, here's what
Little
I say. Lunga's not technically wrong that maybe starting with Uncharted is a bad idea, but I think because Uncharted movie's been like the mystical unicorn, it's like, oh, are they ever going to finally make this Uncharted movie? Maybe that's why they feel like it's a good starting point. I maybe would have done a different game, like a God of War or Horizon Zero Dawn, something else. But this is, I think, more malleable to something that could be very mainstream with normies. Because it's like, oh, Indiana Jones with a younger guy, it's more about jokey jokes. Okay, that sells, that works. More bombastic action, you know? I think it's more of an easy sell for the mainstream audience.
Well, but
Even
here's
Mark
this,
Wahlberg,
RJ, what
and
you
I
said-
think. Go ahead.
What you said about this being like the first big production, they're already off to a bad start, especially with the casting. No offense.
I mean, are they though? I mean, it's been
I cannot
trending
see-
all day today, and most people seem to like the trailer. So, I mean,
Well, let's get Aaron. Aaron, what did you think of it?
I'm kind of like 50-50. I'm not like there's some things I did like. There's some things I do like how they do honor him with the appropriate clothing with the for Tom Holland, but I don't see Tom Holland as Nathan Drake personally. I just don't see him. Mark Wahlberg's kind of iffy for me because when Nathan Drake met Sully's probably like in his 50s, right? Like in
around that. He did,
yeah,
he did great.
Nathan Drake.
Nick
Looks like
Nolte is Sully.
it looks like
you
he
knew
met.
that,
It looks like Mark Wahlberg's is Sully's in his 40s, and Nathan Drake's like in his 20s or something. And I personally don't know. I gotta see the movie because to me, I personally think they're taking some stuff from the games, but I don't know how much. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't know, man. I really can't say. I have to see the movie. Like Tom Holland is.
There was.
I can't picture.
I only
can't
watched the
picture.
trailer once. If I had more time, I'd have watched it again. But I just nothing, no connection. And I waited. I didn't. When I saw the images, Tom Holland as Uncharted in Nathan Drake. I was like, but I kept quiet. I'm like, all right, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see the context of the trailer.
There's a stigma of Tom Holland from Spider-Man. Like he's been in other roles, right? Like in other movies, but the stigma with him is about Spider-Man being this geeky kid who looks up to everybody. Like looks up to everybody. And in all these other movies he's always been with the same stigma. That's why I think he's getting with this too. Because it's a shame. Like but I can't see I personally can't see it with Tom Holland either. Like
Let me say something else that pisses me off, since I have a lot of those things. Have y'all played Uncharted 3?
Yes.
Okay, there's a huge segment of that game where we get to see a young Nathan Drake and you go through all this stuff, and it's a younger Sully and all this kind of stuff,
I
right?
remember
How they met.
Right.
How they met.
So if you're going to use Tom Holland, do that, right? Do that. Like, why are we not doing that? Instead,
he was hired by that woman. I forget her name.
Yeah,
That's how they met.
Instead we're pretending like, oh, that's full grown, fully formed Nathan Drake right there.
It feels like they're integrating the third. It feels like they're integrating the third game and the fourth game because they do mention Sam, and Sam wasn't really mentioned.
Well, they're trying to set up the seeds for the sequels about his brother.
yeah.
They're trying to set up because you didn't really know about Sam until the fourth game, but like, they treated like he's always been there the entire time. So it's more like integrating that better into the storyline where he's going to be a presence through all the movies, which I think is kind of a good idea.
See, yeah,
That's amazing.
That's perfect.
What is this?
Yeah, you know what? I could have even accepted Tom Holland as Drake if they had hit someone like him as Sully. It'd be better. But him and Mark, neither one are fitting. And I like Mark Wahlberg. I think he's charismatic. I think he could be funny. But there's
honestly,
nothing in there.
Stephen Lang, that's who that is.
They would have never done this, but if they were casting, like, you know, if they were going to get more, like, they should have got Bruce Campbell for Sully.
Yes, that's what I said.
Bruce Campbell Sully, that was hilarious.
Yeah, it would have been funny.
I mean, pretty much anybody but Mark Wahlberg, right? I mean,
Here's the thing. Didn't I see I remember seeing a Twitter photo of like Mark Wahlberg with the Sully mustache.
Well, it's just really funny because at one point Mark Wahlberg was going to play Nathan Drake. Now he's playing Sully.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't have. I could actually kind of come around on that. You know, I could. I don't like it, but I would come around on that, I think. But this is just ridiculous. I understand everybody's like, well, it's just a fun popcorn movie. We're going to have a good time. The kids will have a big laugh. Ha whatever. But I'm like, what are we? If we're going to be, if the idea is to build a franchise on this,
they're going to go horrible.
You know what the problem is that executives in Hollywood, they see the box office brought by the Spider-Man movies, and they think Tom Holland equates that, where there's other surrounding things that equate to that box office. So they're going to put it. They're going to try more things with him.
I would say they also see value in Tom Holland as an actor. They want him to have a project at the studio. They want Tom Holland to be a Sony guy too. That's part of it.
Well, we got a nice panel going.
And Jarbo. Nice.
But what do you think of what Reyes says here? I wonder if it'll be forgettable as the Assassin's Creed movie.
Wait, was that the one?
I think it's potentially could be better. I hope so. I think Prince of Persia looks. Prince of Persia.
Video game movies historically do not do well.
Right.
They just have a very, very difficult time adapting video games into movies, and a lot of it is because certain games just don't need to be made into a movie. Like I was trying to say in the chat, and a lot of people just don't understand this, that a fun game to play does not equal a good story for a feature film. I've argued this over and again. Everyone wants to see a Legend of Zelda movie, right? It'd be awesome. Sure, it'd be great. I'm telling you, Link has zero dialogue in the games. He never speaks. While there's a basis there, they would have to invent an entire story, an entire dialogue that the movie would not resemble the game anymore, and people would be angry, and then it'll flop.
This property though has more crossover appeal than most video games. Like it's meant, like
it's a male Lara Croft.
Right, but it's also like the Indiana Jones template. Like
it's a second-rate Indiana Jones. Who cares?
It shouldn't be this hard. I get what you're saying, Longo. Like Link doesn't talk much.
Well, I think Uncharted is more cinematic than other games, though. I think
but again,
its story
RJ,
can lend itself to being a movie in some regards.
I think a lot of the people who do like this game, I'm not one of them. I think it's boring. But the people who do like this game, okay, most people that are gamers, the first thing they look at, let's be honest, is gameplay. When we see trailers, people are like, oh, yeah, but show us gameplay. Show us gameplay. We want to see gameplay. That's what we want to see. And people can absolutely love a game, and it can be a great game to play, fun as hell, but it doesn't mean there's a story there that'll be compelling as a feature film.
Did you see the 2018 movie that Nathan Fillion was in?
Just random movie that you
the Uncharted
no.
Uncharted fan movie that we were talking about like 5 minutes ago.
No, if I don't like Uncharted, why would I watch a fan film?
Yeah, so I don't know what you're
I don't watch fan films for things I do like.
So you think your opinion doesn't even apply here then?
My opinion doesn't apply. Why? Because I didn't watch a fan film.
Because you said
I'm not a fucking ass-kissing homer like you, who loves the game so much, who wants to say this is gonna be great, and 80-year-old Nathan Fillion should play someone who's too fucking old to play. Dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Dude, you're okay.
Whatever.
No. The moment, just like Enosh, the moment someone comes at me and tries to, instead of
dude, you're talking out of your ass.
Dude, here, let me shut up. No. Let's explain. No, because here's the thing. Instead of trying to talk rational me, when I was talking rational about how video games movies don't translate well, and then when I tried, instead of coming back into that, you come at me saying, I don't know what I'm talking about because I didn't watch a fan film. A weak person is a person who sits there and tries to take down someone's intelligence on a subject rather than debate them on it.
Okay, good.
And that's what you did. So the dumbass on this panel right now is you, an idiot with Nathan Fillion in a fucking Spider-Man costume.
Fucking dickhead. Dude,
I wasn't done talking yet.
What you just said. Oh my God. This guy.
How about learn how to fucking converse with people before you attack me, you dickhead? How about that?
Dude, you came in. Okay, whatever, dude.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Do you want to know where you messed up?
No. From you, I don't want to know a goddamn thing anymore. Because the moment you question my knowledge, because I didn't watch a fan film, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Nobody can question your knowledge. I got you.
It won't stop.
No. You people can question my knowledge, but they can't use a fan film as the reason. You Nimrod.
It's a movie. It's a fan film about Uncharted.
A fan film that some idiot like you made in his house. You think I give a shit?
He made it. The character. This is based on him. Holy shit!
I don't care. It's a fan film. You can't use that as a point of I don't know what I'm talking about because of a fan film. Are you fucking kidding me?
You don't know what you're talking about.
Can we chill? Wait. I got to gain control a little bit here because I know.
No. I won't listen to a fucking thing he says from now on. That's fine. Go ahead.
Bye.
Bye. I'm not leaving you, Nimrod. I'm right here.
Oh, he's still talking to me.
Go ahead, Max.
I thought he wasn't going to listen to anything.
Go ahead, Max.
I invited Cyrus here for a nice casual movie talk. He came. You guys just got all heated for. Just chill out, everyone. Just chill out. I love all of you guys. I love everyone here. Let's chill out. Okay, now Lunga, the fan film he was talking about was actually. It was like on the. Did you ever see Thomas Jane as the Punisher? It was on that level where they got professionals. To do it, to try to prove to the rights holders that it's possible, and then they still went with Tom Holland. So that's why it's more relevant here than just your average fan film.
That doesn't mean shit. It doesn't have anything to do with what I was saying.
Okay.
I wasn't. When I came in here talking, I was not discussing Nathan Fillion or Tom Holland, was I? No, I wasn't. I was talking about how this game is not probably really a good enough game, and it's kind of boring because it's about archaeologists and shit. It's not really anything intriguing for a feature film. It's just a second-rate Indiana Jones. I was talking about the game and how it translates as a movie. And it is my opinion, exactly. And then this guy came at me about fucking Nathan Fillion and a fan film, which had absolutely nothing to do with what I was talking about.
Okay. Well, I respect your opinion, Longa, there, but there is a lot there for adaptation. I see your point with other video game properties for sure. Like the other video game properties, there's not a lot of context or story. It's just a lot of gameplay.
Yeah.
But like RJ said, it's very cinematic.
For them, they're more interested in the story of Uncharted than the actual gameplay. That's some of the I saw the chat was talking about, and I can understand that. People are interested in the story of the characters.
Again, this is subjective, right? Movies are subjective. I could sit here and tell you that I can name 5 video games off the top of my head that I think would have a better and more compelling story than Uncharted. RJ even pointed out that, that's true. That's the point I was trying to make. I wasn't arguing about Nathan Fillion over Tom Holland. I can give a rat's ass. That's really not what I was even talking about.
All right. Well, let's try to move on. We didn't hear from Jarbo yet. Jarbo, how are you feeling?
Yeah, what do you think, Jarbo?
I'm feeling a bit better today. Cough is still there, not as bad as yesterday though. I was quiet. That was a very interesting exchange.
Yes.
So, look, I'm a big fan of all the Uncharted games, and I think the movie looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay.
There we go. I mean,
Wow.
I've been waiting a long time, a long goddamn time.
That's the thing. A lot of people have been waiting for this movie. That's the thing.
Okay.
Like, I've been
Like,
waiting for this.
I mean, good or bad, I'm there. Good or bad, I'm there. I've been waiting. Like, I remember when everyone wanted Nathan Fillion, when who was the director who was gonna do it? Because originally,
this is Sully. Oh my god.
there was a because
There was Dan Trachtenberg, Travis Knight, and then now it's Ruben Fleischer.
no. You got to go back to like 2010, dude.
Oh, okay.
There's been talks all the way back then. The guy who did I Heart Huckabees, what's his name? David something or another. Who directed that? I forget his name. David O. Russell, right? So David O. Russell was at the time. It was maybe 2011. By the time Uncharted 3 was on its way to come out, what happened was Sony was like, we want to make this into a movie, so they hired David O. Russell. And everyone's like, we want Nathan Fillion. And David O. Russell's like, F you, I'm going to put Mark Wahlberg in it. And so, like, people even confronted David O. Russell at screeners in Los Angeles.
I remember Mark Wahlberg, they were talking about Mark Wahlberg
they were like,
being
we want Nathan
Drake.
Fillion. And he's like, fuck off, you know? And so I'm very glad he didn't make the movie.
Did they also want Mark? They wanted also Mark Wahlberg to be Nathan Drake instead.
Well, that was what David O. Russell wanted because they were coming off The Fighter at that point, and they'd done a few movies together.
I remember that.
Yeah. And then they, Tom Holland, I think, signed on after Spider-Man. I think the success of Spider-Man, they're like keep him in the Sony family. They're like, what do you want? The dude's 25 years old. It's possible that he's been playing, last 14 years, since he was like 11 years old playing Nathan Drake. I mean,
I was gonna say too. It's a prequel, right? It's meant to
it's a prequel.
fit in with the continuity of the video games as well. Tell a younger story. Have
Look,
him age
that-
into the role you see him in.
That line that Chloe says, like, Sully doesn't have friends, I should know I'm one of them, was pure Chloe.
Yeah.
That was pure Chloe Fraser. And I was like, yes.
Well, Longa does come up with an interesting thing, though, about do you in the video game properties, though, and maybe go around the panel, does this one justify a film more than other properties where you don't see as much story, cinematics, and context? Like, there are some movies, like games that I'm like, when they first announced the Sonic game, I was like, or Sonic movie, I was like, I don't know.
Well, there's no story in Sonic, really.
Yeah. But do you? I see there's a huge opportunity. My problem with this trailer is not that I don't think that there's a way for this to be successful. I think they just think they failed, in my opinion.
Well, the reason why a lot of these movies
compare Sonic to this because it's a different kind of game and movie.
Yeah.
It's a fun kid kind of thing. It's meant to be goofy and funny and Sonic, right? He's a plushie. That's basically what he is. It's a completely different deal.
To Sonic fans, actually, there's deep lore. There is.
Yeah, there's lore.
And
right.
so those are the ones you got to
be serious, though, Jarbo.
No, well, I mean, to those guys, oh my God, have you ever encountered a Sonic fan in the wild? They are weird.
I'll tell you all about
like
it.
Snyder Cut fans?
I would argue Snyder Cut fans are less worse than Sonic fans. Sonic fans
maybe there's some crossover
there. You know what? Maybe it's a lot of loneliness and sadness mixed into one. But there's a lot of those kind of guys. And Sonic was definitely designed as a family-friendly movie. And what helped Sonic was that initial controversy and then them going and fixing it. So, I mean, obviously, if they had not fixed it, Sonic would not be good, would not be seen as a success. Even though it would have had the same story and the same acting, and the acting was pretty good for Sonic, it just didn't have that same feel.
It would have been too big of a hurdle.
Go back and look at 1993's Super Mario Brothers movie. All right, like that movie. That movie is it. You know what? It's loved and hated by many, and everything else. And I'll tell you this because I just did a Podio commentary on it. The reason why Nintendo didn't really give any oversight was because they didn't care. They thought the brand of Mario. They didn't because they thought Mario was so strong that it could withstand a bad movie, and it did, all things considered. But that movie, is one that still 30 years later, almost a lot of people have come around to love.
The TV show is better than the movie.
Well, TV show was great too. So was Super Hornio Brothers, but that's the only porno Nintendo
you
owns.
Would know that,
dude. Nintendo literally bought the rights to it in order to cease distribution. So yeah, totally. And then also you had Street Fighter from 1994. That's a fun
Dude,
movie.
I recently
Spectacular bison.
He's great.
I recently watched Street Fighter. It's not that bad. People
No,
say
it's not.
bad. It's not that bad.
It's not.
I like
Well, here's the
shifting
thing.
his
It had Jean-Claude
comment.
Van Damme.
I think a lot of the fans, and hopefully we'll get some fans of Uncharted in here too. Maybe Cyrus again as well. The series has a beloved story which people praise over the gameplay. The gameplay is great, but I think what makes Uncharted so fun is the story and all that.
That's why a lot of people buy.
Let me give you an example.
Really like the games, yeah.
Let me give you an example because people are homers, and if you love a game, you're gonna inevitably love the story, even if it's not necessarily great to general audiences. Okay, I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy VII. I love Squall or 8. Sorry, I love Squall. Okay, I love Squall Lionheart so much. I love that game. I think it's one of the best Final Fantasy games ever made. But a lot of people like 7. They love Cloud. They love that storyline better than 8. But I think it's a superior game, and I think it's a superior story. But that's because of my love for the game. That doesn't necessarily mean that general audiences or any people in general are going to think it's a great story.
Well, the story of I would argue the best story in the franchise is the second, right?
Yes.
You know, and I think a lot of people want to see that one adapted.
You wouldn't say 4? You wouldn't say 4?
I loved 4, but 2, not 2, man. 2 is where it's at. Like 4 was really 4. What the problem? 2 was the best game of the franchise. 4,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think 2 has the best gameplay. Like everything surrounding 2 is like.
Well, because there's actual combat in number 2. My God, Neil Druckmann toned it the hell back in number 4. Jeez. You're like, oh, I really want to use the shooting mechanics from The Last of Us.
Loud. Oh yeah.
No,
nope.
I gotta say no, but this is the thing, and this is what people like. Shifty, he says, if you ain't played the series. Now, here's the thing: why is anyone assuming I have never tried the game? That's
You said it was boring.
That's a gross, a gross assumption to make. That maybe I'm making this comment because I did try the game and I found it boring and I found the story boring. Does that anyone consider that, or no? It's just he just might not know what he's talking about. Period. Right? Okay.
But
well, I mean, that's
fair. That's your.
Did you find the story
opinion.
boring?
Yes.
Like, can I?
But
can I ask?
A lot of audience really loves. Like,
Let me. Well, I'm just curious. because I mean, I've openly said that I found Portal 2 to be boring, and it kept putting me to sleep. And so it's like, and I tried. Oh my God, that I tried to get into that game and I couldn't. It kept knocking me the hell out. It was so boring.
He was.
So so I'm curious for Lunga. Do you remember which game and how far you got into the story?
It was only the first one. I didn't even go for it because it was so boring. I mean,
the first one's the least favorite. Yeah.
Well, you know what? If you want to catch people, you need to make the first game good. Sorry. Okay? You can't tell people, wait till the third one. That's when it gets good. And, again, I'm not saying Uncharted doesn't have a following. Of course it does. It does have a following. Okay? And I'm not going to sit here and say people who like it are dumb. It's all, everyone has their own fucking opinion. Whatever you like, you like. But that does not change the fact that what I mentioned, video game movies have notoriously had a very, very difficult time being translated to movies. And you have to pick which movies you do very, very carefully, regardless of how popular the game is. And it has to appeal to general audiences, or else it's going to be a flop. That's why I'm saying that this game, just the story, just other than my personal opinion, don't think it's there enough. It's just people will look at it as a rehash of Tomb Raider, to be honest, general audiences. I know the game players are going to say, no, it's vastly different. Sure. A general audience, people ain't going to see the difference. Indiana Jones, Lara Croft, Uncharted, Nathan Drake, it's all the same shit.
Okay.
No, I see where Logan's coming from. I think.
Oh, no, it definitely is Lara Croft. Like, I mean, there's no denying it, especially if you look at the...
It's better than Lara Croft.
Well, I would say Lara Croft, the remake franchise, or the reboot franchise, took inspiration from Uncharted.
We're gonna switch topics here, but before we do, yes, Longa, that has been notoriously the problem with video game properties being to movies. But there's been a change recently, and then there's things that are bright spots, and we have now like the Last of Us TV series with Pedro Pascal, Sonic, Pikachu. A lot of video game properties are starting to are doing better transferring over to mediums.
Well, the other thing
this seems like a step back to me.
I wouldn't say a lot. It's been
the thing is
count on one hand.
The gaming audience is getting older, which means they're more apt to spend money on nostalgia. and that's what this is. So I mean, I'm sure it'll hit.
I just think we're really overestimating the cult following Uncharted has. I don't think there's enough Uncharted fans to make this a $500-600 million movie.
No, but I think it has more of a universal appeal than, say, you know, an obscure game. You know what I mean?
Well, Metroid. I'm telling you, Metroid
I'm telling you right
has
now,
so
dude,
much lore.
Uncharted,
sci-fi.
I got
Metroid
you,
would be a
that would
greater
not
hit
land
if done
with the
right.
general audience, though.
Yes,
you know
it
what I
would.
mean?
Yes, it would. Sci-fi movies definitely hit with general audiences.
No, they don't.
What?
I'm
Are
a
you
Star Trek
serious
fan,
right
dude.
now?
They don't
Yes,
really
they
hit,
do.
man. No,
Yes, they
don't.
do.
Okay.
I don't know. I'd like to see, you know, like, I know Lunga mentioned earlier, like, I think Metroid could be a great movie. I truly believe Metroid would work.
And I just say this like,
And Samus has never
Metroid-
had a line of dialogue.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
But there's been more stuff around Samus as far as dialogue with other people and other things and thoughts or reading things that make it more of a fleshed out story over multiple games than it does with Link.
Well, I'd say too.
Link
in
is
the
very
case of-
one dimensional.
Yeah, well, the idea of Link.
And I
is that
love
he's-
Zelda. Don't get me wrong. I
Yeah,
love the
well,
games.
the idea behind Link is that he is called Link because he's your connection to the world.
And he's not even the
surrogate
same Link.
protagonist
It's a
you're supposed
different
to, like,
Link
put
every
yourself
time.
Into. Yeah.
Well, the Zelda storyline always changes. So the timeline always changes.
Uncharted is one of our modern gaming's most
it's one of the most
biggest
Well,
successful
okay,
stories. So
but
I think
here's
it's worth a shot. Yeah.
here's the thing that a lot of people are also kind of forgetting or overlooking is this is going to test Tom Holland's star power.
Yeah,
that's the big factor here.
True.
So if because with Spider-Man, because this is coming out like literally weeks after Spider-Man. I think 2 months after Spider-Man.
February. Yeah.
So that's weeks.
Oh, really?
You know?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's coming.
It comes out 2 months exactly from Spider-Man.
No, that's 8 weeks. That's weeks.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just saying.
sorry, Tom
Basically,
Holland
what they
doesn't
want
have
is for it to have like
Well,
the what
here's
do you
the
call
thing.
it? Like the after party effect.
can-
Everyone who goes see Spider-Man, everyone's done with that. Oh, Tom
Yeah.
Holland's in a movie, go see that.
Well, here's the thing. You can already tell that when Tom did Spider-Man, he already has a cult following, even though I'm not one of them. But I have a feeling that with this, just because it's Tom Holland, you're going to have those same fans from that era to go here.
I mean, well, that's what they're hoping.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my other part of this movie talk today was casting controversies. Does the industry really know best? I'm with my man Cyrus. I really believe Nathan Fillion delivered. He gave a strong pitch to say, you know what, I may be older, but I could still do it, and then they still went this way. So I think there was a moment there. It was trending at the time, big time. It was not on the level of Snyder Cut or anything like that, but it was like, yeah, this is the video game equivalent to the Snyder Cut. Like, not that it was filmed or anything, but this should happen. Like, everyone agreed that Nathan Fillion should have been him. The character was based on Nathan Fillion. That's the other reason it's such a strong. The creators of the game have basically admitted, yeah, we kind of modeled it off of Nathan Fillion. So that's why there was such a strong response to make this happen. They just went a different way.
I mean, you do know that none of the Uncharted games have even in the top 50 of all time, right? Sales.
What?
None of them. Not a one. The highest selling one was Uncharted 4 with 15 million.
So that
the
counts.
rest of them were 7 million. Okay, no, but to be in the top 50, you have to have at least sold 20 million. So no, it doesn't count. It's not even in the top 50 in sales.
All right, I didn't
So
realize
it has
that.
to be in 50 to be considered the best.
To make a movie off it and say that it has such a big following that it's going to be such a best game over 50 other games that probably sold better. I mean, it's kind of stretching it. Again, this is not me saying, my opinion is it sucks. I'm not saying it's a horrible game and no one likes it. It has a following. A lot of games have followings that some people find are crappy. But it's not up there in the way people think it is, sales-wise and, mass appeal-wise.
I think to your point, though, earlier, Longa, too, I think sometimes you have to look beyond sales as well and says, okay, which of these games could make the most interesting story and could actually be translated cinematically to make an interesting film, right? So I think that'd be interesting because I think some indie games that aren't really very popular could actually make for great films. Maybe not huge blockbusters, but even like some indie games could be adapted very well.
Are we going to play this game blinded? Yeah, it sold 41 million over
Why do you
8 games,
do that?
9 games. I mean, you're adding up 9 games to come up with that number, not just one. That's the entire franchise.
I mean, people.
Wait, which franchise?
Individual Uncharted.
That's still something. Nothing to shake a stick. That's still pretty good.
But there's individual games
So there's a
that have
market
sold more than all of those combined.
True. Yeah.
And again,
I
RJ, I wasn't bringing up numbers as a point, but the chat. I saw multiple points in the chat about it, so I was just highlighting that because people were using that as a reason why. So I was just pointing out that hasn't sold as much as you think it has.
Well, I wanted to also get people's opinions because I don't know if anyone's actually seen this yet. Jamie Acosta, and I almost had him on the show once because I covered his Obi-Wan fan film. He has recently done a demo reel of Robin Williams, and I thought I would share this quick clip from Inside Edition here. It's just like a minute. Would you like to see this too? Because this comes from the fan base and people in social media saying, I could do this role. Do you think they should consider, all right, let me see. Oh, Brian headed out. All right, thanks, Brian. All right, so let me bring this up here. It's only a minute. Did you see this, Jarbo or Lunga? About Jamie?
I covered it on my show.
Okay. Rob Williams' daughter is actually upset by comedian's depression, and because you'll get. I'll show it.
Sensationalist headline though. She
No.
By it. Come on.
No, but she's like, I think the angle with it was, it's of course to draw people into the video, but because it's like kind of eerie, it's like that's her point. She said nothing against him personally. It's just
Robin Williams took his own life 7 years ago, but that is not him from his Mork and Mindy days. It's an eerie impression that's amazing everyone who sees it. It is so spot on that fans have been sending the clip to Robin's daughter, and she would like them to stop.
Nano, let's go. Mark calling. Oh! It's an uncanny impersonation of Robin Williams from his breakthrough performance in the sitcom Mork and Mindy. Nano. 31-year-old comedian Jamie Costa channeled the star in this YouTube clip titled Robin's Screen Test, and he nailed the comic legend's manic delivery.
Our dreams are a beautiful aspect of human culture. In fact, it happens when you're at night and you close your eyes and all kinds of images happen, and it's really bizarre.
Fans have been forwarding.
Well, what did you think of that small clip? We're not going to watch the whole thing.
Wow,
he is good.
He is good, but if Zelda doesn't want to see it, respect her wishes.
If what?
If her daughter doesn't want to see it, respect her wishes.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I mean, don't send it to her. I don't think she means like don't make a film based off him. She just does. She wants the people to stop.
Well, she's getting like. Well, what happened was that she had like millions of people tagging. Says, "Oh, do you see this? Do you see this? Do you see this?"
Yeah, that could be annoying.
Yeah.
Did you see your father's look-alike?
Well, it was about the context of the scene.
Yeah.
So the context of the scene is that it's Pam Dauber telling Robin Williams that John Belushi died. And the thing is Robin Williams, one of the bigger things with him is that he was the one who gave John Belushi the drugs that killed him, that he OD'd on. And that was while they don't say that in that scene, the context, he's like, no. I was with John last night. I was with him. He was fine. So it's Robin, but it's not Pam saying how he died. They leave out how he died, but it's Robin like, no. And that's where the drama comes from. So what Zelda's saying is like, hey, can you guys like not send me this scene of one of my dad's worst days?
Oh yeah.
That's basically what she was saying. It's not that she doesn't want to see. She says he's very talented. It's just that it's because of the context of that day. That's the issue.
Okay, I understand. I get that now.
Well, let's just finish this clip here. But what are our thoughts? I want everyone to think about our thoughts on this type of casting happening. Should the if they make role moves, should they get it from someone in the fandom that he's very talented? Do you think he can transition to actual movies and TV
Who
series.
knows? I mean, this guy. I mean, who knows? This guy really, he does sound like Robin.
Yeah.
He got noticed with this. He'll get some roles and stuff.
All right,
I
let's
think
see.
so.
Williams' daughter Zelda the clip, but she's not happy. Please stop sending me the test footage, she tweeted. The clip made me uncomfy, so I was asking kindly for folks to stop sending it to me over and over. Jamie Costa is super talented. This
Okay.
isn't against him.
No, let's go.
All right, that's about it.
That makes sense.
All right. So what's our thoughts there? Should they consider this if they do a Rob Williams biopic?
To be
or...
honest, with this type of thing, I can actually kind of see. I mean, the dude sounds like Robin.
It sounds like everything is fine. Like she's like they just ask, if they want to do a biopic, just ask Zelda. That's it. Just ask the daughter.
Josh, I'll read. I'm
Let's
reading
come
your
find a
message,
daughter.
dude. I can't get every one though. Who keeps going to the retro pro? All right. Okay. Well, RJ.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to see this happen? What do you think? What did you think of the performance? Do you want to see? Do you want to see them consider people from social media transition into actual entertainment?
I think that's a brilliant test reel. I don't know what you would call this, right? But it's interesting. I don't know if I would want to see a full-blown movie of this necessarily. It'd be interesting. I love Robin Williams. I think a story about his life would be fascinating. Very sad and also be a very emotional movie, obviously. But I don't know. I would have to wait and see. I want to see more of. I've never heard of the guy who did the Impressionist or whatever. I don't know his name. I've never seen his body of work before. I want to see more of him. I'll see what kind of talent they line up around him, because obviously who you get to direct and write it's going to be important too. But sure, I'd be interested if they decide to go for something like this.
Just talk to his family. Just talk to his family first. That's all I have to say.
And I think it would be cool that if they did do a biopic about Robin Williams, maybe show what it was like when he got the role of the genie in Aladdin.
Cyrus, are you a big Rob Williams fan? What do you think of that?
I thought it was really fun, interpretation of Robin Williams. I understand what she's saying, and
Yeah.
I actually thought there was some kind of. Didn't he say something about he didn't want his image to be used?
Oh, that's.
Well, I think that was for when he did Aladdin, because he said he wanted to use his likeness or something.
Oh, I think Disney did something that was not cool with his image or his voice too for Aladdin. I'm not sure, but I would look into that. So that's a good heads up, Cyrus. I'm gonna look into that to see.
Yeah, I remember what happened. He said he didn't want his character to be used in most of the marketing.
Oh, okay.
But even though the genie is a great character.
Lunga.
Yo.
Hot takes Lunga. What did you think?
I know everyone. No, it's just it's just
I'm
a
trying to
movie.
have fun.
No, it's like blinded thinks I'm being hostile, and it's bro, I was just responding to numbers. Listen, people heard me just yell at Mr. Nathan Drake over here, and they think that I'm just angry at the world and angry at everyone. That's not the truth. I was specifically angry for something he specifically said to me. Just because I'm responding to numbers in a chat. Because I like debating things does not mean I have a problem with anyone or I'm hostile with anyone.
I just
obvious
mean your
when I'm
hot
hostile with
take
someone.
on this one though, on Jamie Acosta's interpretation of Rob Williams. Should it happen, or do you think the industry might know better? Oh, you do want to see it?
Oh yeah,
okay.
I'd love to see it.
Okay, I would really love to see a biopic too, but I think that's interesting what Cyrus said about respecting Rob Williams' wishes. Do we think that Rob Williams would want this? I have to look look into. Oh, you guys think he would want to see this?
No, I was asked his daughter first.
Oh, sure, with family permission. I think if the family didn't want to see it, I think we, as a fandom, even though we might be eager to see a biopic about Robin Williams, but if the family, it still hurts even after to this day. Wouldn't we want to respect the family's wishes? Obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I remember seeing, I think it was a biopic in 2005 that talked about Robin Williams' time filming Mork and Mindy.
Mm-hmm. Josh Bowen says Robin Williams was my hero growing up. As someone with bad ADD, Robin Williams was.
I remember he was I remember he's rumored to be the Joker instead of Robert.
Oh
De
no,
Niro.
I didn't mean that.
Oh, okay.
Let's be nice, everyone. I didn't mean.
Do you remember that when you was rumored?
I think Robin Williams was going to be the Riddler for a while.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
But wasn't he?
Also the
I think
Joker.
Jarbo might know. Wasn't Robin Williams supposed to be the Joker before Jack Nicholson?
I don't believe so.
I remember what happened. He said that after Jack Nicholson declined, they already approached Robin because he already wanted to play the role, but they were just using him as like bait just to get Nicholson. Saying like, "Hey, Robin, if you don't do this, we'll flash him." He's like,
I'll tell you about
Jack
Robin
Nicholson's
Williams.
like, sign me up.
I love his serious roles. I love comedians when they do serious roles.
Like Jim Carrey.
Well,
Yeah.
Here's a good article for.
Yeah,
who's here seen Dune? Who's here seen Dune yet?
I'm seeing it Saturday.
Soon, Saturday, yeah.
I haven't. What?
Longa, I know you've been anticipating this a lot. This is when you most anticipate. Did you get or you have your tickets, or did you see it yet? Or
I'm not pushing fake news, Pickle. I'm not pushing fake news.
Longa? Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, didn't realize I was muted. I was talking, but I didn't realize I was muted.
Did you get to see it yet, or you have your tickets? Or what do you...
Oh yeah, I got my tickets for Saturday. I ordered them like 2 weeks ago. I can't wait to go. I mean, I'm trying to stay away from spoilers, but spoilers don't really matter. I know the whole story inside and out, so there's really nothing can be spoiled for me, to be honest. But I don't want to know anything about it. I'm not going to watch it on HBO Max either because I want to see it first in IMAX.
Sure. My wife. I'm disappointed. My wife doesn't want to watch it. I'm gonna watch it on HBO Max just because I'm trying to save money. Although I saw that.
Max?
I saw. Well, not tonight. I'll wait till tomorrow night. I still have to go pick her up at a friend's house tonight. But actually seeing the trailer in the theater when I think when we saw, what movie did we see? Venom. The trailer looked like that. Trailer specifically looked amazing in the theater. Like seeing that. But in this article, he says he's happy he didn't film back to back. Let me see if I get the quote. That was my first, because I remember, this is why I thought this would be an interesting article, because I remember him saying that was the original plan. But now in this quote, he's saying he's glad he didn't. That's what my first idea was, to shoot them together. Then, like Lord of the Rings, release one after another a year apart. But that was too expensive. And frankly, I'm grateful that it didn't happen as I wished, because I would have been too exhausted. During the first one, I needed all my stamina. I needed all my energy. It would have been too much to do back-to-back shooting in the desert. I learned so much while filming part one. If it ever happens, I can make a better movie with part two. And I'm grateful that it happened in this way. I prefer to be in a position right now than having shot both movies back-to-back and having regrets because I was too tired. Okay. That's an interesting take.
No, that's a valid position to take. Because like a shooting two movies back to back is such a grueling position to put yourself in, right? So if he feels like if I have proper rest, I could probably make an even better movie with the second one. Then let him do what he thinks is best for his artistic vision.
That didn't affect Peter Jackson.
That's different though.
The King Kong movie?
No, Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. He did 3 back to back. Remember, Andrew?
Yeah, but it's almost impossible to do a trilogy. But back to back, it's very. No one really tries to replicate that the same way, you know.
And have success like that.
I'm disappointed though because I gotta wait longer. But if it gets done and it gets done right, I'm glad it happened this way as well. Longa, your thoughts on Denis Villeneuve, because you're a fan of him as well, right? The director.
Yeah, I am. And to be fair, what he's talking about here is exactly what Peter Jackson said. Peter Jackson said, in retrospect, I wish I didn't film them back to back because it exhausted me. Peter Jackson said that was the worst, and he is never ever going to do that again. That filming them back to back was killing him, and it was exhausting him. It was way, he bit off more than he could chew with it, and he's glad that they turned out the way they did because he was just exhausted. So no, it makes complete sense, and especially with something as big as this, which is on the scale of Lord of the Rings lore-wise. It's good. It's good that he takes his time. And you saw the thing too. I don't know if you guys talked about it before I got here, but they're pretty much kind of halfway confirmed that number 2 is being made.
Oh, really? Good.
Yeah, and Sarnoff.
And Sarnoff.
Said if you see the way this movie ends,
Yeah, they're making number 2.
Cyrus, are you interested in Dune at all? Have you been seeing the trailer? Or?
Oh yeah, man, we're gonna go see it Sunday. Me and my brother. We're going to.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna go see it in IMAX.
That's legit. Yeah.
We were. My brother's a huge Dune nut, and we've both been fans of the old, David Lynch interpretation. And my brother's read all the books, believe it or not. And of course, we spent many an hour wasting our time with the Sega Genesis Dune: The Battle for Arrakis strategy game. I got Dune 2000 and played the crap out of that too. So yeah, kind of a Dune nut, I guess. Whatever that means, but yeah, definitely looking forward to it. This one looks like it'll be a lot better than some of the other attempts to sort of tell this story. So yeah,
I'm real hyped for it. I just want to do this. Like I could try to squeeze it in tonight, but then I'm gonna be tired for work. And I have to pick up my wife, and I'm like, I don't think I have time to watch it tonight. And I want the setting to be perfect because I'm not going to see it in the theater right first time. If I'm knocked out if it becomes one of my favorites of all time, then I might go to the theater. But
the only thing that really pisses me off. I go to AMC. AMC is my go-to. That's why I have the Stubbs thing, and that's I go to AMC for all of them. And the AMCs we have out by here by me, one of the bigger ones in the suburbs and. In the area, they have the big, the recliner seats, real wide. You can lift up the center console, real nice, right? Except in IMAX. Some of the IMAX screens have kind of a recliner, but all it does is the seat goes back a little bit. The legs don't come up or anything, like Lazy Boy. And the reason I was like searching, I'm like, why? I don't get this. Why don't they have those? And I did some research, and there was actually an article about it. The VP of IMAX specifically tells theaters they cannot use reclining seats because they want to put as many seats as possible in the IMAX theaters, and the recliners are bigger and take up more room.
Oh, makes sense. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Jarbo, your take on Dune? When are you watching it? Or
I might watch it tonight on HBO Max. I'm really not feeling like streaming myself, so I might just go lay in bed and give it a watch. I'm excited for it because I enjoyed the original movie for what it was, and I want to.
Before this,
there's the 1984.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that
Movie. It's a Lynch film. It's not great, but
a David Lynch film. Let's clarify.
Yeah,
it's great.
Well, is there any other Lynch?
Well, I'm just people. I don't know. The word Lynch, has like a connotation.
We're not next to a tree. I think we're okay.
Still talking about a person's name, but okay. Yeah.
Oh
it's
my
great.
God!
I agree, Jarbo. I mean, it's great in this. Dude, fuck, calm your tits, man.
Always got to find something.
Are you done?
Can't we all get along?
Are you done? Okay. Listen,
Okay.
I hate fucking Jarbo, but at least I can discuss with him. Anyway,
Fuck off.
it's great nostalgia wise. Looking back, I have a love in my heart for that movie just because I was a kid and I love it. As an adult, I can look at it objectively and go, "This is a bad movie." it's a bad movie, but it has its moments. I had Dune toys when I was a kid. I loved it.
The director is fantastic. And one of my friends who's a huge fan of his just got back from watching it and he hated it. But I think he hated it because it's also a two-parter, and I think that's I think that's going to bug a lot of people.
Like yeah,
I think that's going to because
I've heard it ends very anticlimactically. So.
Yeah, if you think about it, even the first Lord of the Rings with Fellowship kind of ends anticlimactic. Not like. Yeah, they're separated, they're going their own way, and it kind of sets up for adventure, but it's still like Boromir goes down, and that's about it. All right, well, we'll see you in a year.
You can say that for a second for Two Towers also, because we know that the next battle begins after the Battle of Helm's Deep.
Yeah, but we also by that point knew and are anticipating that Return of the King is coming out the next year.
Yeah.
So even when they did the Hobbit trilogy in 2012, you knew that 2013, 2014, we're going to see the other films.
Yeah,
so
but they were taking a big chance with that first one. They didn't know how well it was going to be received.
And then also with that fucking 48 HFP, right? Like, man, that was such a gamble that I'm glad they didn't stick with. Did you ever hear about that? How they shot it in 48 frames a second?
For the
Fellowship?
Hobbit?
For Hobbit. Sorry, for Hobbit.
Yeah. That was supposed to be the next thing. I think James Cameron was behind that too. He was really. I think that's why the Avatar sequels took so long to get. They needed a new technology to really push the investment to. That was going to make 3D better as well, because James Cameron 3D, the higher frame rate was going to have less ghosting. But people didn't. But the audience at the time didn't go for it. The higher frame rate.
It just looked too.
Yeah.
Too uncanny valley is the term that was going around at the time.
But the CG with it. Oh yeah. It looks
I think Dune's going to be good. What it is. I might watch it at home, and then if I feel compelled to go see it on IMAX, I'd go see it in IMAX then.
Okay, here's some fun news. I have a few more articles.
Thomas Jane doing vampire.
Thomas Jane, vampire horror comedy lands U.S. I like Thomas Jane. He's not the best actor, but I'll be up for it. Now, what do you think of this image? Does that look too cheesy? I'm up for cheesy this type of film with vampires and stuff. So I'd be up for that. That's just a quick for your info. I don't really have too much to comment on it. I would like to see it. I'm glad he's still getting work.
Who is this?
Thomas Jane.
This looks dumb just from the picture.
Yeah.
Thomas Jane's on.
I like dumb movies though. I'm up for it. All right, next topic.
That Zack Snyder zombie movie. What the hell was it called?
Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead. Fucking horrendous.
Oh man,
it was a bad movie.
It was okay.
It was a bad movie.
I think it was just okay at best.
Did not care about any of those characters, man. They did nothing to make you give a crap about any of those characters.
It was a fun popcorn flip, but like I would imagine seeing that in the theater and having a good time. It's not. I like Dawn of the Dead remake better though. I think that's his better work.
I think it's more rewatchable. Like I've only watched Army of the Dead once. I enjoyed my time with it, but I didn't feel compelled to go back. Because I thought that because I'm a huge 2004 remake Dawn of the Dead fan, and I was kind of wanting that a little bit, and maybe I was disappointed that it wasn't that, even though the opening credit scene was, essentially just a ripoff of Dawn of the Dead 2004. But what got me on that movie was Zach in that dream lens he kept using. I was like, dude, come on. Like, stop with the rack focus. You don't need it every single shot.
So you think let's get a response from everyone on the panel. So you think the Snyder fans overhyped that just because it was Zach?
Completely, 100%.
Yes.
Now, mind you, I don't like zombie movies to begin with, but I watched it. I'm like, you know what? I like Zack Snyder. Let me give it a chance. Let's see what he could do. I like Train to Busan. I'm like, maybe if Train to Busan made me like a zombie movie,
legit.
Maybe Zack Snyder would, because I like Zack Snyder. I watched it. Fucking horrible.
Cyrus, RJ, did you see Army of the Dead? Did you think it's a little overrated?
I hadn't seen it, so I don't really want to talk about it because I don't know anything about it.
Okay. I see what you did there. Okay. Next, RJ, Army of the Dead, is it overrated?
I don't know.
Wow, that was a great.
I say
it's overrated. It's okay, and I think it's a dumb zombie movie. It's fine for what it is.
I concur.
I'm intrigued by trying to turn it into a cinematic universe. I think that's gonna go interestingly. I don't know if that's gonna be good at all, but we'll see.
Okay, I think we should cover this. I was gonna cover
everyone in the chat is talking about that.
Yeah, we could cover that real quick.
We could talk
sad.
about it.
Let me see. I think oh darn it, where's James Gunn?
James Gunn. I didn't really care.
I'm bringing up James Gunn because he shared something. It's sad. It's really sad.
I can't believe.
Is it the woman who was shot?
Yes.
Yeah, I was reading about that tonight. That's really tragic.
It's blowing up like crazy on Twitter.
I can't believe a prop gun can kill someone.
How does
The Crow?
Obviously, I've never been on a movie set. How does something like this happen where a prop gun?
Because if they have blanks, if up close with blanks, it can still be fatal.
Yeah, it can still be fatal. It's like in the case of Brendan Lee with The Crow, I believe there was a projectile that got as a fragment. It got him, and honestly, but I don't know exactly what happened here because the cinematographer was killed and the director was sent into critical injury.
It has to be
and
something
it's
with
like
the gun.
it's like how many shots did Alec Baldwin fire?
Yeah, it has to be the gun. It has to be the gun itself.
It says I read 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, here's yeah.
I feel really bad for Alec
Maybe it's a
Baldwin. You know.
Maybe it's a defective pop gun or something. I don't know.
Are they trying to blame him for this? Like,
No. It's
was
right
the
now
one who
being.
shot it, but,
yeah.
Well, here's what James Gunn says. My greatest fear is that someone will be fatally hurt on one of my. He uses a lot of this type of stunt work in his films, so it's. I mean, if it can happen with Alec Baldwin, it could happen anywhere. It's one of my sets. I pray this will never happen. My heart goes out to all those affected by the tragedy on Rust, especially Helena Hutchins and her family. And then here shows the image.
I do got to say.
That's
something.
the person who died.
I do got to say something though. I mean, Alec Baldwin he's not like a young guy. Okay, he's been around. He knows what's happened to Brandon Lee. He knows what can happen on sets. He knows that they have firearm experts and there's stuff in place for this not to happen, and he was kind of playing around with this prop. And I get
it wasn't during a context of a scene.
As far as I know, I could be wrong if someone finds something else, but I believe from what I've read, it wasn't during a scene. It
wasn't for the film. It was just messing around.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is he's gonna probably get sued with a civil suit, and then have to do Boss Baby 3 in order to cover it.
Oh my god.
So Boss Baby 3 confirmed.
Yes, I've seen that crow, Josh.
Yeah, I just think it's for someone of his caliber who's been around to know. I think it was highly irresponsible. That's all I'm saying. Now, if it was in a scene,
I think it
not his fault at all.
I think it read it was a scene. I think it read was a scene.
Yeah. Well, it's still not his fault, but then there was 2 failures there. One with whoever's in charge of the props, and then being silly on a set too with that type of. Even if you think it's a blank, even if you think it's a blank, is it worth to play around with this type of stuff?
But there's a lot of people who think there's nothing in the guns, and
that's a great comment, Zeno. Even if you think it's blanks, you don't point a loaded gun at a person. Even that is really.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Exactly,
Yeah, from what I'm reading, they're saying it might have been during a scene, but they were talking to the investigators and they were questioning him. Apparently, Alec Baldwin was crying his eyeballs out. He was so upset and so devastated by this. And I can't even imagine. It's imagine just accidentally killing someone. You almost killed another person too. It's
and when the woman he killed was in her 20s.
Yeah, she was. So according to the sheriff's office, the sheriff's spokesman, they said according to investigators, it appears that the scene being filmed involved the use of a prop firearm when it was discharged. Detectives are investigating how and what type of projectile was discharged. So yeah, it was during a scene then. So I was what I read was incorrect.
Sorry, she was 42. I was also wrong.
Okay.
She looks damn good for 40.
But we do hear about people dying on set, and
so it was during a scene. But there are some good points here, though, that treat everything as loaded. Be very, very, very careful with.
Well, they're supposed to have the weapons people, whatever they got a title that check this stuff before they do a scene.
There must have been some kind of somebody didn't do their job somewhere.
Yeah.
And they put this stuff in place because of what happened to Brandon Lee. I mean,
I don't know how.
Apparently, they didn't learn.
Again.
All right, so sad news. Rest in peace, Helena Hutchins. Very sorry. Very, very sad news. Very sad, especially a young talent, dude. Not that it makes any difference what age, but it hurts even more, really. Someone just getting started in their career. Okay, so Mel Gibson. He's getting more work recently. We covered him yesterday.
By the way, it hit 2 people.
Really?
Oh, 2 people?
Yeah.
The director Joel Souza was transported because he got hit too.
Oh, the director.
But he's not dead. He just got hit.
Oh.
Okay, well that's the director. If it was in the context of the scene, how did the director get hit?
That's what I'm questioning here.
That's
weird. The director and cinematographer got hit. I mean, none of that jives.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like the context of this, the scene for them to get hit. That is interesting.
Maybe. Oh wait, I know what. Maybe the bullet bounced off something and hit the director.
See, I don't think it works like that though. In terms of physics, I'm not sure how you, because the director and the cinematographer would be I don't know. It depends on the context of how they're shooting the scene. Unless they're like standing right in front of the bullet or something. Like maybe it's like.
Well, it could have been one shot and it fragmented and hit both. I mean, there's a
that's
possibility
possible.
there.
Ricocheted off of the ground or something. I mean,
Well, that's some real, Daredevil, or what was it, Deadpool in the Wolverine movie? Yeah. Uses the samurai sword to split the bullet.
Shifty Gizm does come up with an interesting topic here. It's 2021. Shouldn't films just start CGing firearms if
It could have been low budget. And I mean, I'll put it to you like this. I'll put it to you guys like this.
Independent movie.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, squibs are more important than the gunfire. Look at Squid Games. Like all the squib shots when people get, tore up and stuff from bullets. It's like that's where the impact is. But maybe they just wanted to, they wanted realism. That's a thing. People still shoot on 35 mils because they want realism.
I mean, not only that, people constantly complain about overuse of CGI. We need practical effects.
Well, I totally understand that argument. But if it's safer though, do you think we can rationalize safety if CGI?
It's safer if people do their job.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. What you said about the squibs though, I remember back in the 80s during those big action movies that they said like, "Ooh, those squibs look so real," and nowadays it's just CGI.
I mean, there are some cases that still use that will do. You can tell when they add digital blood effects in a movie, but like I made a homemade squib for a film, and that stuff will get everywhere, and it looks really cool in slow motion. It really hurts to duct tape a rubber hose to your chest. Just saying.
What's his thoughts on Mel Gibson, Scott Eastwood's eccentric cyclist?
Oh, well,
I didn't watch the trailer yet.
I did remember hearing that they casted Mel Gibson in like a John Wick prequel series or something.
And then the Hollywood Reporter was out there. Oh no, Variety was out there like trying to cancel him again.
Oh really?
Really?
Does Scott Eastwood have it? Does Scott Eastwood have that? That certain something that his father does.
No,
he doesn't have what his father has. No.
Yeah, he doesn't have that.
He's in a movie. He's in a movie called Dangerous, which looks whatever.
What's his biggest role like ever? Being Fast and the Furious, or like
it's a side
being
character no one cares about.
being expandable in Suicide Squad?
And also, there's one thing that Clint that he doesn't, and that's the face he makes.
Okay, lots of people saying Scott Eastwood doesn't have it. I wish he did. He's got the look.
Do you think it definitely is in the movies because
I'd rather him be Nathan Drake than Tom Holland.
Scott Eastwood?
No.
Max, the difference is that Tom Holland can act. Scott Eastwood can't.
Ooh.
Debatable.
Shots fired.
Oh, bad. Too soon.
How's it
too soon? Too soon. Sorry.
Based on Alan Poe, yes.
Nice. Don't shoot someone.
Okay, so here's some geekosity. 2 Snyderverse veterans and a Batgirl film.
This?
No, that's incorrect.
It's not going to happen.
Wait, already?
No, it's incorrect. Yeah, RJ's right.
Already?
J.K. Simmons is going to be in it, but it's Michael Keaton, bro. It's Michael.
You know what? They can merge the universes. That's why. It's going to merge the universes. Jonah Jameson. Not Jonah Jameson. The actor J.K. Simmons can play Commissioner Gordon.
I hope I'm wrong, but
okay. Wait, this is the film, right? Not the HBO Max thing.
This is Batgirl, the movie. Yeah.
Batgirl film, yeah. That's gonna be on HBO Max.
So wait, let me get this straight.
Well,
so
I remember hearing that they were actually going to use Jeffrey Wright from Matt Reeves.
No, it's been confirmed. It's been confirmed.
Yeah, they confirmed it's set in the DCEU. It's not set in the Matt Reeves world.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me get this straight. We're having a Batgirl movie that's having the Snyderverse Commissioner Gordon, but not the Snyderverse Batman. Instead, it's a
because it's coming after the Flash movie, which is going to merge with the Keaton world, so he's the main Batman. Yes.
Because we gotta think about this. J.K. Simmons is going to replace the Commissioner Gordon from Keaton's universe because that guy, I think the actor has passed away some time ago.
Yeah, and also Bradley makes a good point. We don't need a 7-year-old Batman in multiple movies.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just gonna have to be the Nietzsche of the DCEU. Snyderverse is dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. That sounds like Jarbo.
Dude, I've been saying that for months.
I've been saying it also, and I'm a fan of Snyder Cut. I mean, it's not.
Lunda, you're not wrong. I agree with you, and I agree with Jarbo too. I don't think it's happening.
My pal Cyrus. What about Batgirl? Are you excited for Batgirl?
Wait a minute. What happened? I heard some story about what's that chick's name? Rose.
Ruby Rose.
Oh, Ruby Rose.
What happened with that? I don't even know.
Oh
Like,
yeah, that's a good thing to update on. There's been people involved with the project now. Well, she's saying she was treated unfairly by the
A lot of
people,
abuse
creatives,
and injuries on set.
creatives.
And there's people on set saying she was
and then
actually the one.
Warner Brothers basically hit back like right away. This is revisionist history.
Not just Warner Brothers. Just people on
she
set.
tried. They said that they're saying that they kept things private for the betterment of everyone's future, and basically she was fired. And then someone from the set who's been there since the or first
Season one.
She is season one, a co actor. Basically, it's like he did it in a nice way, but he's basically sided with Warner Brothers. Like there's no problems here.
Well, and a PA came out today too, and
I
gave a statement to Comic Book Resources, and basically called her a dictator.
Whoa!
Yeah. He was like,
too far.
No. Well, the reason why he called her, he said it was like working for a dictator because of the way she treated people, and the way and again,
who say
the actor she accused
abused.
So is this sort of like in the middle of being resolved? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, it's pretty much
okay.
You know, the actor she accused of inappropriate stuff with women on the set has come out with a statement confirming what Warner Brothers said.
Wait,
what?
Wait, what?
You know, the actor she accused.
You mean Douglas Scott?
Yeah. Remember, she accused him yesterday. Remember, I think people were missing that. She accused him yesterday of being inappropriate upset with women and stuff. And
okay.
He came out today, denied all the allegations, and basically confirmed what the investigation from what Warner Brothers did.
Basically, it's she's kind of being put out there as a bit of a see you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And so it's like, well, that's the thing. She drops all this. Look, I think she had, a bad experience, and I think that she did injure herself, but I don't think she was ready for the demand of television, because she had done streaming shows,
movies,
in movies where it's a different thing. It's more laid back. They're not as rushed as they are. 21 episodes, 8 days an episode is what it takes to film.
Jarbo,
it's harder. TV's harder.
You've been around and noticed it. Let's be fair. Let's be fair here. That we know it's demanding, and what they did to her is not unlike what they would do to a lot of actors. It's a demanding freaking business, and they don't give a shit. Let's be fair.
No, they don't give a shit. Like,
right.
They don't. I mean, there's money on the line, and they've got, permits, and it's a well-oiled machine, and if any one of those parts fails, it can delay stuff.
Yeah, and they say put your big girl panties on and shut up, and that's what they say. Now, I'm not saying it's a good way to treat people, but it's kind of par for the course in TV shows, and especially TV shows. Movies, at least, you have a schedule. You go out there, you film the movie for 2-3 months, you're done. TV shows, where we're talking 7-8 months sometimes for shows. I mean, it's a long schedule.
Yeah, back CW shows, they film while the season's going on.
Yeah, it's a long schedule.
You're saying it's like,
and I gotta be honest with you, I actually believe the CW with this. I don't believe her. I'm saying she was probably legitimately hurt, but I think she's difficult, and I think she's making stuff a problem because I know people talk about Ray Fisher and the Warner Brothers thing, but this is like I said this last night, Max, right? It's not like we're hearing this stuff coming out of all the CW shows. I mean, tons of actors have come through all these CW shows, and there's been rarely any problems. So I have a hard time believing her.
I doubt that she'll come back with anything else. I think it's done.
I think
if she wants to have a career, she should probably chill. I think it did not. She had
That's
a little
why she's
momentum.
Probably doing it. Other directors are probably hearing this and they don't want to hire her.
Well, she had a momentum on her side, and then everyone's coming out on the opposite side of the argument. I think she needs to chill.
She wasn't the right fit for the role anyway.
I never even liked the show. I was more of a Flash guy.
That's not a good show either. But
no, this is not good for our bet.
Flash is good. I mean,
that surpass Black Widow and Shang-Chi.
The headline, Max, just said you lost the bet.
No, I mean,
oh yeah, I remember that bet.
I'm not looking
hell
at
is
the
that
headline.
Best Buy? What the hell?
Why is
Well,
that
stop
an
looking
ad?
at the boobs.
No, I don't know.
Dude,
I don't know why
dude.
it's at Best
What are you
Buy.
looking up?
It's not even like a star or an actress. It's a freaking commercial.
You know, listen, hey,
smarter.
listen.
Best
I'm
Buy.
gonna quote the comedian Ron White. Once you've seen one woman naked, you kind of want to see the rest of them.
Oh wow.
I'm okay.
Max, why is that an ad that's being recommended?
Yeah, what is Max looking? I want to see Max's Amazon buy
Best
history.
Buy. Best Buy.
Pump smarter, not harder.
Why is it? I don't know why there's.
Yeah,
a
Max,
bumper.
why are you
I don't know why
purchasing
there's a bumper.
breast pumps? Is there something you want to tell us?
I'm expecting.
Oh
I'm expecting.
Oh my
Mad
god.
baby's coming.
Oh.
Bad baby's coming.
Mad baby, I said.
Oh, Mad Baby.
Yeah.
Oh, wait till they hit 3.
I don't.
Then you'll learn.
I don't see it still. I still don't see. I know it's on our pal Mikey Geekosity, but I don't see. Maybe I'm just in my own bubble, and I just don't see the
You
hype
are in your own
for-
bubble. The hype for this
for
movie is
Eternals.
insane.
I want to see it. I want to see it.
You guys are gonna be so shocked
Good
if this
night.
movie does well.
No, I think it's going to do well, but it's like I don't really have I'm going to go watch it out of just obligation at this point. And then
behave.
we'll see if it's good.
I think it has I think it's gonna be more of an. I think it has more of an impact on the future MCU than Shang-Chi.
I mean, that's what they're trying to argue, you know?
Yeah,
like the
I've
future of the
I've
Marvel
heard-
universe is going to be this shit.
Yeah, I even heard that
And then-
after the premiere, there was like this big post-credit scene that everyone's getting all freaking out about.
This is like the more you know for all of MME. Remember, everyone, viewers, pump smarter, not harder.
You know all about pumping, wouldn't you, Max?
Yes, pump smarter. Don't hurt. You don't want to hurt yourself.
Oh, wow.
So
I have
Cyrus,
absolutely no comment on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I make jokes like that all the time on my show, but it's like I have 2 kids. I can at least make that comment.
Okay.
Max is all like,
Oh, here
I have the
comes-
puppies.
I want to pump you up.
And all I'm thinking about is that's not the kind of pump he's talking about.
Maybe not.
Oh man.
So Cyrus, Eternals. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm the wrong person to ask about
Yeah.
MCU because I pretty much checked out after the end game. Like,
Did you see any of the DC stuff that came out? The trailers that came out from Fandom?
Oh,
Fandom.
The
Oh, yeah.
Batman, the Flash,
I'm hyped for
Black
Batman.
Adam.
yeah, I saw all those. Those look fantastic. The new Batman trailers, obviously, what everybody's talked about, and Black Adam looked really cool. And of course, Michael Keaton talking his voice over the Flash.
That's what sold me on Flash. Like,
Yeah, that was pretty badass. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I just Ezra Miller just rooted for me, and I don't hate him. I don't
That's
hate him.
so
It's just
weird.
Multiple. I knew
can't handle 2 Ezra Millers.
I knew multiple Ezra Millers could happen with this Flash movie, but
I
actually
never heard you
seeing it-
complain about Ezra Miller when
Nope.
it was under Zack Snyder.
No, I'm just saying.
come
Once I
on.
saw
Look at
multiples, and it just didn't. I'm like, oh.
Again, never heard you complain about Ezra Miller when it was Zack Snyder
fair
when
enough.
doing them.
Because Max
So you're
is
saying,
Snyder
Lunga, he
cultist,
has a
we know
bias
this.
for him?
He's just my least favorite of the
RJ,
actors
yes.
playing this.
No, I'm saying he's a Snyder cultist.
What Joey's?
Okay, last article. Last article.
Oh,
This,
yeah,
has
last-
been a weird,
let's do
this is a weird stream as well. I guess it's
Somebody
my
love
show.
this guy.
New Blade director reveals Wesley Snipes' influence in
Ooh,
MCU.
the OG
reboot.
Blade.
Let me see if I could get to a quote here. What's exciting about the film that we're making is there hasn't been a canon for Blade. We're reading through comics and everything. Huh?
There's more.
Where? Oh, him being a daywalker is the one thing that's been established. And we can't deny that what Wesley Snipes did, which was he basically got the whole ball rolling.
I need to comment on one thing. It's completely unrelated since Jarbo was fixated on
It's still there.
breast pump.
No, I'm not even looking at the screen, but now that I am,
Hold on. You do know that ads are cultivated towards the viewer, right? Max, what have you been looking up to get these ads?
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Private searches.
What is your wife looking up on your? Basically, what is your wife looking up?
Breast pump.
Give him an easy out, Turbo.
Well, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, I don't know what he's into when he's not wearing the mask, or what he is into when he's wearing the mask. I don't know.
Stay on topic, Eric.
Max is all like, "I've got Max." Like, do you
divert?
Yeah, divert.
Hey, he's always mad all the time. He needs a stress reliever.
I mean, technically, looking at boobs does make you feel better. Like, that is improving.
Hardcore man shit, Blade, not breast pumps.
It's been scientifically
Max, I have a
proven.
question.
Nobody hates boobs.
Max, I have
Yeah,
a question.
I love boobs.
Wesley Snipes, the OG Blade's influence on it, I think might make the movie good. Because, to be honest, I like the original Blade movie. Blade 2, nah. Blade Trinity, nah.
The original Blade's movies are what led to the modern comic book movies.
I agree. The first one did, yeah.
All right. Who here? Thoughts on Blade? Aaron, Cyrus, RJ.
I'm looking
the
forward to
OG
it. I
Blade
gotta
movie.
wait to hear more though.
Well, the OG Blade movies. Do you think it should be remade?
Yeah.
Remake
Because there's more you
the-
can do with that
remake the
character
OG
than what those
Blade?
movies did. They were great '90s Blade movies that were
mean-
really just Wesley Snipes vehicles. You know, they're great movies. Don't get me wrong. The first two especially, but I want to see more of like the comic book Blade that I want to see. You know.
Hey,
Well,
Cyrus,
didn't the comic
did you
Blade-
like the original Blade movies?
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, late '90s, the Blade and Blade 2 anyway were great. The first Blade was kind of a surprise, I think, because comic book movies had kind of gone into the dumpster for a while, I guess.
Yeah, late 90s. Yeah, the 90s, yes.
Yeah.
Let's be fair. That Spy Break, you know, when that played, or am I thinking? No, that was Matrix, wasn't it? Matrix is Spy Break. What was the opening track for Blade?
Blade
I've
opened in
seen
1998.
Blade song.
Lords of Acid, some kind of Lords of Acid song or something.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, I agree with what you guys saying. I mean, Blade, X-Men, and Spider-Man gave birth to the comic book movies.
Yeah. Wesley Snipes was great. Other than I'd heard he actually kept hitting people. That was only
Hitting people.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
during the fight scenes.
He doesn't pull his punches.
They said he was a little notorious for following through.
I mean, look at the bad CGI on Deacon Frost.
Raya wants both Blades in the multiverse.
It was also a 90s.
They're not going to do a remake. They're going to do a different. They're going to do a different version of Blade in the MCU. They're not.
That's what I'm saying. Like people need to like stop referring to this as a remake. It's not a remake. It's
No.
a new version of Blade.
Well, it's not erasing him. Okay, when Henry Cavill come in, they didn't erase Christopher Reeve. That's not
Well,
his
go back and watch
Exactly.
those movies. It's just a new version of the character set in a cinematic universe.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, when the Amazing Spider-Man came out, it didn't erase Tobey Maguire.
Didn't Wesley Snipes?
Unfortunately.
Didn't Wesley Snipes?
Don't you dare, Longa.
All right, I got a jet, guys. But
Later, Jarbo.
I'll
care,
see
man.
y'all later. I'm gonna stream
Bye,
in like
Jarbo.
20 minutes, but I just have to go to the bathroom first. So see ya.
All right, see you,
We know how long that could take. Yes.
Luckily for me, I have no real expectations other than comparing it to the Blade movies because I was never a Blade comic book fan. I never really read Blade comic books. There's very few Marvel comic books I was actually into. Wolverine, X-Men, those were kind of my bigger
I'm
ones.
more DC myself, but I love both. Cyrus, you know the guy that's going to take Mahershala Ali. That's why I'm excited too. I think. The casting is great.
He's gonna be great.
Wasn't
I think
Mahershala Ali in the Luke Cage series on Netflix?
Yes, he was.
I think
Luke
Wesley
Cage.
Snipes like gave his blessing basically. I think he said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he was cool with everything.
I would love to see him play Whistler. I think that'd be spectacular.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's a good one.
That's cool. That's a good idea. Yeah, I like that. I wish that would happen. I just don't know. He's kind of like Hollywood doesn't use Wesley as much as they used to. After
He was in that terrible
because he had to hide
America,
because of
man.
tax evasion for like 20
he's
years.
a tax evader.
He was in that. But he
I
did.
mean, but they let Mel Gibson come back.
Yeah.
So why not let him
Look,
Wesley
he was-
owed a lot.
He was in that terrible Coming to America movie, the sequel.
All right, so this is the final topic. We'll go just run
Ooh,
through this
we have
every
more
new
movie
video
movies?
because, well, this is
Almost.
originally Lunga's critique of video game adaptations is it doesn't work out. But there's been some bright spots recently. It's starting to go in the right direction, in my opinion. Some of the if you need any proof of it, there's movies are making more money that are video game adaptations now than they have in the past. So here's the stuff that's we could just do buy or sell if we think it's a good idea or not, real quick.
Sweet.
Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City. I like that trailer. Did you see the trailer?
Resident Evil was Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's gonna be good for what it is, but
Yeah, Resident Evil's a franchise. It has a track record.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I recognize some of the cast, like Robbie Amell.
Aaron, Cyrus, buy or sell this one? Do you want to see this?
I've never really been a fan of the Resident Evil movies. Like, I really like the games, but the movies, I was like, we laughed all through the first one when we saw it, and so I was like, okay, this is funny. It's like a schlocky kind of thing. So I don't care. A new one, yeah, sure. It might be fun to watch. I don't know.
I'm buying this too because it's
Yeah,
not
I'm
like
gonna
the
sell
other.
it. I don't care.
It's not like the other ones. And it is. I know they're squeezing in both games, but at least they're following some of the plot lines to the actual video game series.
Right.
So I'm buying this.
Uncharted, we already covered.
Yeah, we already talked about
Thumbs
that.
down.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
This I'll buy.
Yes.
This I'll buy.
Everyone's a buy on
have
Sonic.
Knuckles.
Yeah.
Knuckles is voiced by Idris Elba.
I think this is
love
great
Knuckles.
for the kids too. Great for the kids.
Well, here's the
What's-
thing.
I
what's
want to
in-
hear Idris Elba say one time, "This is the way." I want to hear it once.
Well, here's the thing.
Once.
Like when that first Sonic movie came out, I gave the first time we passed because you had Jim Carrey as Dr. Eggman, and that was awesome.
Well, what's interesting is I looked at this article ahead of time, and then I know which one is next, and I kind of like feel Sonic, yes, but I don't know about Mario. I don't know if Mario's
Oh,
a
the
good
Mario
idea.
movie.
Mario with Chris Pratt, buy or sell. Cyrus,
I
you
don't
go first.
know.
I have this bad feeling that this is gonna be like super cheesy, like staring at the camera kind of stuff. Like I don't know. Like maybe I'm wrong.
It's animated.
Oh, is it animated?
Yeah.
Oh, see,
They're
I
doing,
don't even.
they're doing
To be
voices.
honest,
It's not.
I
live
would
action.
rather. I don't know if I can see Chris Pratt as Mario. I mean, I remember when they announced the cast, they got the actual Mario voice. I was like, why couldn't they just have him as Mario?
Anyone could do Mario. It's just a bad Italian accent. Hey, it's me. It's a Mario. It's not that hard.
Well, Lunga, isn't this?
That actually wasn't bad. That actually wasn't bad.
Well, I am Italian.
Hey, Mario.
Well, why didn't they get you longer? They could have got you.
Yeah,
That was funny because on Twitter, Jess on Twitter was talking about it. I'm like, anyone could do it, and I actually put up a video of me doing it. She's like, "You're hired."
Oh,
I'm like,
nice.
But this was your original critique that there's not a lot there for Mario. I mean, like dialogue with Mario. There's not. a
No,
lot,
no.
like,
I mean,
the
it's animated. I give animated more of a pass. And this is, I mean, it's Mario. It's just a fun goof, just like Sonic. It's just a fun, goofy little thing. You know what I mean?
What
so
kind of
animated?
is it?
It's fine.
Is
when
it
you
like
say about the dialogue thing? When you look at the Mario games, all you can hear Mario go is like, "Woohoo!"
I think they're basically going for the template of Sonic.
Oh, is it
It's
that
my
kind of
guess.
animation? I was
I
wondering what
think.
kind of.
No, it's
Yeah,
gonna be
maybe.
the people who do the Despicable Me movies. It's the same.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Alright.
kid, I'm sorry, but those
So it's
kids
gonna look
love
like Super Mario
movies.
World.
Yes, that's what
Minecraft
it-
the movie.
No,
I
That's
forgot
this.
about this.
That's
Yeah,
stupid.
goodness.
There is nothing here. It's a building game.
Yeah.
Okay, I know there's a
Very
little bit of
popular.
lore. I know there's a little bit of lore, but not enough to make a movie.
I don't
Hey,
get.
hey,
I don't.
hey,
yeah.
they said the same thing about the Lego movie. And look what
And
they
I
did.
hate Lego movies.
Well,
What about the Lego movie?
Well,
Wait,
that-
more-
It
you
was
like
it
that one?
was it was aight. That's about
Cyberpunk
it.
Edge Runners.
I
Really?
hate Cyberpunk.
Screw Cyberpunk.
First fix the
actual
game.
goddamn
You are
game
Cyberpunk.
first.
Why do you hate it?
Because the game sucks. It
It
sucks.
game
sucks.
sucks?
And it was funny because John and Yellow were so excited about this and they couldn't wait for it to come out. Wouldn't wait to come out. I'm like, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. And they kept telling me, "You're a hater. You're a hater." And then it came out after the first week. They're like, "Oh my god, this is horrible."
Well, didn't
Thank
the
God
Cyberpunk game
Alicia
have like a
Vikander
Keanu Reeves
back
cameo?
as Laura Croft.
Huge
He's the main
problems. They had a
character,
lot of
yeah.
problems.
This is actually shocking. I didn't think
Tomb
they
Raider
would continue.
2?
I
Yeah,
didn't
they're
think
making
they
a
would
sequel.
continue.
Bring it on, man. Bring it on Tomb Raider sequel.
Alicia
They're bringing on
Vikander.
Misha
I didn't even
Green.
see the. I
Misha
didn't even see
Green
the
from
2018.
Misha Green
Assassin's
from
Creed
Lovecraft
2, they're
Country
going
from
with
it.
that? Really?
They're not making a sequel, guys. What they're doing is they're doing a reboot on Netflix as a series.
No, but that's
Is this animated or oh, it's live action?
Live action,
Okay.
yeah.
Good, good. I'm up
I
for
mean,
that.
Now this
Michael
has
Fassbender?
enough of a story to make a good movie. They kind of
Borderlands,
screwed the
yeah.
pooch with the other one, but
It's got.
yeah.
No, it's
Borderlands
Borderlands.
I'm buying.
Cyberpunk on PC doesn't work. That game's broken.
Borderlands,
I'm excited for. I want to see Borderlands.
Yeah, I think that would make a good movie.
Brothers in Arms, Call of Duty.
Nah.
Carmen
sorry.
Sound.
Call of Duty,
Carmen
no.
Sandiego.
Centipede.
No.
Contra.
No. Maybe Contra could be
I don't
Division.
know.
Yes.
John Cena would be good in Contra.
I think Division. I think Division, if well written, could be good.
No, go back up. Go back up.
These are all these are all military movies.
It said Contra is getting a movie in China, not America. China.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, that's gonna be weird.
Division.
All right,
Division, I don't care
there's
about.
nothing. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Hey, Fallout.
Five Nights at
Fallout.
Freddy's.
Gears.
Yeah, FNAF could be good.
Here's the war with what's his name from
Batista.
Batista, yes.
It says it right there in the article, Max.
Oh yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. Dave Bautista admitted he considered playing Marcus Fenix in the Gears of War movie as a dream role.
Half-Life movie.
You're going so fast, Max. I can't
Halo.
respond.
Heavy Rain.
And you ask like one person what they think, and then you don't ask anyone else. What are you
All right,
doing?
we're done.
Okay, we're done. Okay, first off, the writer that they got for the Gears of War movie sucks. That's a horrible writer to pick. The writer of Return to Xander Cage. No, thank you.
That's good. That's terrible.
Oh no.
There's another one. Oh, the Fallout series is going to be on Amazon. It's by Jonathan Nolan, same team behind Westworld. So
I think
that could be
Fallout
something.
could be a TV series.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That Fallout TV series could be something interesting. So.
Well, here's the thing.
And don't forget the new Metal Gear Solid with Oscar Isaac and Jordan Roberts.
Yeah, Gears of War is the kind of movie that they have a 50-50 shot. It can be great or it can be so bad.
That's true. That's true.
So it's like a Halo movie, right?
Well, Halo was almost made.
Yeah.
They're gonna do it again.
Wait, was it like,
That's another
That's
one.
the
That's
best
been in
Halo things I
development.
watched was Blue versus Red. I used to love those YouTube videos.
I'll check out the Halo TV show. We'll see. It could be bad. I
I don't even know who's gonna be in Halo.
What is this ghost guy doing in the comments?
I don't know.
I don't use pronouns. I sound like biology.
He was in my chat today going on about China when we weren't talking about China, but
They're
Some
doing
control.
Mega Man.
Mega
Man
Man.
live action my whole life. Nice.
Screw Mega
Noise.
Man. That ain't gonna be a good.
Okay, that's all I
Yeah,
got.
I could see Mega Man
I
live
want to thank everyone on the panel: RJ, Andrew, Lunga, my pal Cyrus, Aaron, World Order. Thank you for. I gotta end it because I gotta pick up my wife soon. But remember, if you learned anything tonight, it is pump smarter, not harder.
you don't know what you're talking about,